Hello, my name is Lindsay Handy, and this is my Module 7 of AEP 855 assignment, the Human Resource Frame. And I'm going to discuss my line of importance, beginning with me as the principal. I had principal first, of course, and then my first that I had listed in my line of importance are my students. That's just because they're always first, in my opinion. Everything that we do begins and ends with our students. So ultimately, if they're at the forefront of my mind, then we're doing something right. And then underneath my students, I had teachers because they are who work the closest with my students. And so if my teachers have what they need and are happy and being successful, then they're able to do their job, which is provide for my students and make sure that they're getting everything they need. Under teachers, I have office staff, and I have office staff because, in my opinion, the people in my office are what make my school run. I need to work closely with them in order to make sure that they have what they need to be successful, and they also work very closely with my parents and community members. And so I think that it's crucial to have them high up in my line of importance so they can help me help my school. After office staff, I have parents. I think that parents are the next closest things to students. So I feel that it's so important to have a good working relationship with them in order to be able to collaborate with them. They know their kid the best, ultimately, and so as long as we can partner together, then we can make us for a successful year. Underneath parents, I have paraprofessionals and community. I kind of, in my head, I grouped students, teachers, office staff, and parents kind of in the first tier. In my second tier, I have my paraprofessionals and community. Paraprofessionals, I think they have a hugely important job, very, very important, but they don't necessarily fall in my line of importance because they're teachers who they pretty much work with and close with, and so ultimately if their teacher, if they're having any issues or if there's any support they need, it directly comes from their teacher. And then, of course, if it doesn't come from them or whatever the case may be, then obviously I'm there to step in to do my job as well. And then community members or community. I think it's a big goal of mine to keep community involved, but it's not super high up my line of importance because I have other people who take care of that stuff more or less, like my office staff or like family liaison. But I think that obviously being, close knit with your community is going to be huge, and still like attending those events and whatnot. But definitely they were a little bit lower in my line of importance. And then my third tier I had was custodians, cooks, and maintenance personnel. And again, those are all very important people and have a very important job in the building, but they don't have direct contact with my students, more or less, as far as like academics go. They know that a student has to be well fed and well taken care of, and we need to have the building running right, and have things clean and toilet paper in order for the day to run smoothly. But I think that they're just a little bit lower in my line of importance. But ultimately, as long as everybody's doing their job in those fields, we should be running smoothly. And then finally, I have alumni last. And I think number one, it's because I plan to teach and work in a building of lower like elementary or elementary in general. And so I think alumni might be a little bit more important when it comes to high school. They kind of have that working relationship or even college. But I just don't think that it's as important in an elementary school. And also, again, talking about immediate contact with kids, I don't have immediate education minutes with these kiddos anymore. And so I love them, but they are on to bigger and better things. And so they are last in my line of importance. Thank you.